What's going on, guys? This is TM25MD, and welcome to another episode of my free-to-play guide in DUELYST. Today I'll be further taking on the ranked ladder, moving up from bronze and expanding our collection with the orbs. I have decided to make this a this series 3 times a week. I'll post this 3 times a week, and those days will be on Wednesday, and Friday, to keep things fresh. And I will be showing. I also decided to not feature the solo challenges. That saves me about 10 minutes, of which I could be telling you guys more about my decision making, which orbs I'll be picking. And how I'll be constructing each deck, and that also means more gameplay as well. So I decided to not feature the solo challenges. Although they would be fun, I just don't think it'll be as educational as I may think. So to start things off, we'll be opening some packs. I did see on Reddit recently that there was, if you sign up to this website, you get 5 trial of Mithron orbs. As I said, I probably won't be using a trial deck, as those are tend to be expensive to my knowledge. And if I happen to get Wanderer, I won't use that either. I think it's better to show you guys, how decks function with multiple copies of a card, right? And really, this is not much of a challenge in climbing. With just a Wanderer deck, right? So we'll start off by 1 core orb. Core orbs I do recommend buying first. Actually, if you're looking to strictly increase your spirit count, core orbs will give you the most value, since you have higher chances of pulling epic and legendary cards, and those are obviously more valuable to disenchant and whatnot. So start off with the core orb and see what we get. Hopefully something that's relevant. We'll be building up Linar first, since we have to pull some decent cards for that, and we don't quite have the spirit to craft the cards that we would like for the other factions at the moment. So Dusk Whaler is fantastic. We can do without most of these cards. Dusk Whaler is interesting, but I think we can do without it. Even though it is a powerful card. Powerful in the lower levels. It's good tempo, is what I'm saying. Obviously, it'd be fantastic in... we could actually... it's too slow. As much as I want to throw in the World Core Golem into our deck, I just don't think we have the proper removal to get to that point, but it is something that we can throw in, so that will be a game time decision when going through the cards that we pick after us. So thankfully we were able to get 5 free core orbs, or 5 free Mithron orbs from a website off Reddit. Legion puts 2 Crestfallens in our, if we happen to get more. I think we can do without it. We have powerful 3-drops already, especially with Linar. It's good disenchant. I guess we can get 40 spirit from it. That means we can craft a common card, some Dancing Blades. Lightbenders are rare. And what do we get here? We got Bone Crusher again. Bolster, not the greatest. As I said, pulling especially Trials of Mithron, we're not going to be getting the most valuable cards to play in our initial decks. But we did get a legendary. Let's see what it is. Dust Drinker, Invigoration, that can be nice if we happen to get more, but I think we can disenchant the Prismatics for now and see what we get for legendary. We get Extinction Event. As I said earlier, cards like this are very specific in nature, so running a deck like with Extinction Event, 1 copy, it's not very likely, so We'll hold on to it for now because I don't want to tell you guys what to disenchant and what to craft. So we'll hold on to it for now. But it's going to be very hard to build around a deck with just one copy of that. So an epic is nice. Let's see what we get. I think we got 3 Orb Riders. Wraith Crown is just a very bad card. For 1 more mana, you can play Fear or Chakram and get more value out of your Wraithlings that way. Or if you decide to go all in on the Swarm, you can definitely run like Soul Grimoire as an artifact. So this is pretty. I mean, it's not bad since it's an epic, but if you can get the legendary copies. Fear of Chakram is rare, so it's better just in nature, and it's just better in terms of crafting. But only usable ones that I can see would be Gibbet. If when we start playing with Abyssian, Gibbet will be fantastic with Lilith. Thicket Augur we can do without. Araris. I really don't like diluting. I mean, like, this card seems nice, but it needs to be in specific lists. So, and Orb Rider I don't think is worth playing in early Vitruvian, unless you are. We could use it as a way to send an obelisk back to our hand, so that's something to consider. And Lifestream Mirror Room. I don't even remember what this card does. Oh, okay. It gives attack equal to our artifact, so we're not quite going to be using that. Cryotic Potential, we could sneak in and cheese a couple games if we throw that into our Vanar lists starting off. And let's see what our epic is. I do like actually possibly throwing a copy of this in our Linar list, because we are running a lot of golems right now, so we can heal a golem, something like a Bright Moss or a Hailstone, and then get a copy of that into our hand, so that's actually pretty good. Chirpuka, if we're running Bright Moss, it's generally better than this guy, so we can do without it. Let's see what our trial is. Again, just curious. We actually got Grand Stratega, so we don't have the enough one attack minions to build a deck around that, so we'll be holding off on that for a long time now. Let's see what we got for new stuff. We also claimed our free card of the day. I don't think you can disenchant this. Actually, we'll do Legion after. Just hold on to everything for now. I'll do a disenchanting in another episode once we collect some more cards. Like this is easily disenchantable. Same with this card here. As for Abyssian, Gibbet, as I said earlier, will be great when starting off with our Lilith lists. Budget Lilith lists, it'll be fantastic as the first card we can include. This is easily disenchantable. I don't see. I'll never use this, even in constructed. Even for memes, it's a card that's like, why did they even print this? But I understand that every single expansion has not very good cards, and I think that should be okay. So yeah, moving on. Magmar Invigoration, it's good, but I would rather just get something like, until I have 3 of these, I would rather get something like Earth Sphere, and plus this is a prismatic, so I can easily disenchant this. So as I said earlier, Extinction Event we can just hold on to. Boss Brutality is actually an excellent inclusion, so we can throw that starting off. It's pseudo removal, and can act as removal just by giving your general +1 attack. As we get up into gold and diamond, it'll be very difficult to play this card. As I said in my tier list, Fault Vitruvian with Kanumka will just make it's almost impossible to play this card. Vanar, Bochill Barrier, Thicket Augur, none of these cards I don't particularly see a use for. Cryonic Potential is a maybe that we can hopefully cheese some games out if we decide to include it in our starting lists in silver and whatnot, bronze and silver. But it'll be a while before I think we start building a Vanguard deck. Neutrals, as I mentioned earlier, the Aurara's Prophet, we can easily disenchant that, or excuse me, we can hold on to it, same with Silhouette Chaser. Ash Misfit is extremely situational, plus Bright Moss Golem is just better. Even though this summed together, all the copies added together equates to 6/9, it's just not as valuable as a 4/9 that you get in one body. In Bright Moss Golem, Chakupuka, as I said earlier, we could use just the Bright Moss Golem over that. And I'm really tempted to throw this in a list just in case we get into a late game and there's nothing we can really play and we top deck this, then this would be fantastic. So maybe I'll include it. Maybe. So yeah, let's go edit our liner list, see if we can include anything in. Inside, definitely Tempest. I think did we add Tempest? We did. We did. Channeled Breath we don't need. Strategos we can't play until now. Since this is prismatic, I'm just going to disenchant it right away. There's no reason to keep prismatic unless I get like a prismatic Holy Immolation. Then otherwise I'll just keep that. Yeah, so this will be our first spirit that we can get. I think that's it for prismatics, of which we can include into the list. Looks okay. Let's look into neutrals. We can disenchant the Helm of Mechazor as well. We won't be playing Mech at all on this. Mech is a good budget deck, not going to lie, but I would like to show something else on the channel. So we can get rid of that. Mirum I'm going to hold on to as well. Mana Forger is good. Maw is good to have. Sapphire Seer, we'll hold on to it. This is never going to see play, but I don't want to disenchant things just for the sake of 10. We can disenchant that. Mind Warper. We can disenchant that. It's 100 spirits, which is fantastic, and we can start working towards line our cards. Duskwailer is something that we can include. I'm just looking through the rest. I think that's about it. We can include Saberspine Tiger, but I think I want to throw this guy in. Question is where. I appreciate the Bright Moss Golem. Maybe one Repulsive Beast for that. That looks fine for now. One Bright Mouse, or one Repulsive Beast. I think we'll just call that a deck for now. And we'll hit some more games until we can get some more packs. And I intend to build a budget deck for each list, and then hopefully we can use those to climb and then start getting more cards of higher rarity. You know, epics and whatnot. I'll probably craft epics. I recommend crafting epics first, unless you really want to have a specific legendary card. Otherwise, because they're just so much cheaper, right? You can buy about 2.5 epics per legendary card, so you can get a lot more value there. So, okay. Bronze Division with 400 Abyssian wins already, so that's interesting. I like the Tempest. I don't know what he's running. Maybe he might run some Wraithlings, so it might be helpful to hold on to this. This is good for a big minion. Turn 1 play. This is a fantastic opening hand so far. Hopefully we can ramp into Bright Moss Golem, force a Punish if he has it, or a Ritual Banishing. So we can do turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 with removal options in the process. So I think we're in an okay spot. The constant pinging will be a little bit annoying, but I think we should be okay. But we'll see. It's got the prismatic passive already, so it's played a lot of games. And it's good that he played that right away, so plays around like the Silverguard Knight, dies. But I'm not quite ready to do that, so I'll just throw the... I would like to ramp into a Bright Moss if I can. That'd be fantastic. And it's interesting that they still give the tips, maybe because we haven't encountered a battle pet yet. But we'll see if he denies this mana or not. We'll see. This could be a full-on creep list, of which we need to hold on the martyrdoms for things like Juggernaut. Demonic Lore. Interesting. Going to kill it, surely. Wait, why wouldn't you just kill it? So obviously we're just going to trade with the ooze here. I don't think we need the Tempest now, seeing what he's playing. I think it's just better to develop the Arrow Whistler and clear this guy. Fortunately, there is a Mick in his deck, so we have an answer. If he starts playing other creeps, then we could be in a little bit of trouble, but Arrow Whistler is good for now. Next turn we can play like Bloodtear Alchemist or Roar, which we'll see. Possibly a Bright Moss Golem as well. This could just be a ping punish turn, which feels kind of bad, but I think it's going to be his turn unless he has a 2-drop. Another ooze, perhaps, then that would be kind of bad. Painful Pluck. That doesn't go underneath me unless he gets a really good spawn. But fortunately he does not. He's protecting the tile. It looks like he has a relatively refined list. Of which you could possibly play Klaxon next turn, which I think I want to deny. So I think I'll just play my Primus Shieldmaster right here. Question is, do I want to roar it or not? I think I do. And I'm going to hit him, because if he is anything like a creep deck, then we could be in a little bit of trouble, and we have to apply pressure. Positioning here plays around, Dancing Blades. His cards, his hand is rather limited. The Painful Plucks and those other cheap spells really kills the hand of a Abyssian, so if he doesn't have any sort of card draw, no yielding depths, then he'll probably run out of cards very fast, as you can see. See, this guy's got another ooze. It's fine. I like this Night Watcher for potential. There's the yielding depths. I like the Night Watcher for potential Spectral Revenant, which is a 6/6 with Rush. It can be very powerful. So I would like to maybe I could develop a 2-drop and Bright Moss Golem. At the same time, I can also develop Night Watcher. But I think I can wait a turn, so I think I just want to take this tile and play the Bright Moss Golem. Play it around Necrotic Sphere. Necrotic Sphere is a 6-mana spell that transforms, destroys all things around the enemy, or around the general, turning them into Wraithlings. So I'll play around Necrotic Sphere a little bit. Replace this. I should have done this first, but replace that. Divine Bond's great for next turn. And we'll just heal up our Primus Shieldmaster here. So if he does punish something with his Bloodbound spell next turn, he can't get rid of both. So if he ping punishes, then it'll probably be on this guy. and then he runs away. But if he really wanted to remove both, he could, you know, ping punish, come up, hit this, and have his third punish, I guess. But it seems unlikely. And the positioning here for the Primus Shieldmaster means Shadow Nova. I think we just have lethal this turn. But the positioning of the Primus Shieldmaster is to make sure it doesn't get hit by this ooze. So him playing the ooze defensively on the corner means I can just play my provoke. So if you're playing liner, it's important on the positioning. If you put on the corners and they play something backline, you can punish that with a powerful provoke. And the general's stuck there for a couple turns. So we easily have lethal here with Divine Bond. And our Primus Shieldmaster, and that's a good game. So it seemed like he had a rather refined creep deck. He had the Yielding Depths, the Painful Plucks, the Oozes. I guess the Shadow Novas, as I mentioned in my tier list, are pretty good against Fault, so he could have had that in there to combo with things like Ghost Azalea and the Obliterates. But we got another card. We got Zaran, which is pretty good. We can't use Zaran just yet. We do not have the cards really to support her a whole lot. We do not have Trinity Oath. We do not have Sunforged Lancer, Sunriser. And we got a common crate key, of which we can open right now. I don't know if we can get Brome. We got Epic Questman. And we got a Twilight Sorcerer, which I would actually like to try out in my combo budget. Not budget, but try out in my Ragnarok list with combos, because if you play a Greater Fortitude early to gain some tempo and just make a big minion, Twilight Sorcerer can help get that back into your hand. So using early Greater Fortitudes are not entirely wasteful. And we got some emotes, so we have a strong emote game with our budget decks, and that's fantastic. So we'll go for a couple more games, and then we'll start building. Once we get some more gold, open some more packs. Hopefully we can get to silver. That's the goal by the end of the episode, is to hit silver. Okay. Since we have Primus Shieldmaster in hand, I like that over Bright Moss Golem, or excuse me, Hailstone Golem. Another person with 300 Abyssian wins. Seems to be the faction people like to start off with. I will say it's very difficult. I like the Veil Hunter. It means that Vitruvian has very difficult ways of dealing things at range outside of Blood of Air, which cannot do that until 5 mana. I think this is overall a good hand. The Divine Bond is tempting to keep in hand because we do have, you know, power plays with Silverguard Knight, Shieldmaster, and Brightmoss. He plays an Obelisk, sure. If I play Silverguard Knight on the tile, he could potentially play a Dunecaster to buff up the Dervish to a 2/2, or excuse me, to a 4/4, and clear with his face. So I'm not a big fan of that, actually. I like to forego the Divine Bond for now. I could do double 2-drop, but that plays into Bone Swarm, which is not very good at all. Bone Swarm is a 2-mana spell that deals 2 damage around the enemy general and deals 2 damage to the general as well. I think I will just play the Veil Hunter here. Call that a turn. Alternatively, I could just play my Silverguard Knight like down here by turtling into this position, and he got a really bad spawn, meaning he cannot develop into the tile here. There's the Doomcaster I was talking about. It's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. It could have cleared our Silverguard Knight if we played it on the tile. See if he has another 2-drop. First Wish, meaning that this doesn't die from that, so that's a very good play by him. It's a very good play by him. We can definitely forego one Bright Moss Golem. Martyrdom. That can be key. I don't really like Martyrdom plus Healing Mystic. I don't think that's a fantastic play. But nonetheless, it's something we can do. I think it's, as much as I want to develop the Bright Moss Golem, is that the correct play? Develop Bright Moss Golem? Could develop the Bright Moss Golem here, or a Primus Shieldmaster here. But he can just kill that with his general, so I think developing the Bright Moss is better. This also plays around Blood of Air, Sandsoul Reader. The question is, do I hit this? I think the answer is no. Because if he wants to trade everything into the Bright Moss Golem, he can definitely do that. Like so, because if I was going to double punch it anyways, I can do that. And the second wish, that's actually pretty bad. We're going to be taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. We can go down to 14 here. Or excuse me, 12. And a Dervish. A good spawn. Okay, so we have to be very careful. Controlling board is of the essence. Tempest would be fantastic here. Tempest would be great. I don't see us using the Wings of Paradise, so we'll throw that back. Healing Mystic is good. So I think what I want to do is heal myself up. Heal myself up. Come all the way back here. Hit this. Come down, roar this guy. Clear this. Come here. Clear that. And play this guy here. So we have good protection of our face. Controlling the board is how we win. Another bad spawn by him, which is fantastic. Bone Swarm does kill this, which is the least of my worries, to be honest. It's the least of my worries. We're very behind on life, but we can heal up a little bit. We can't really take much more face damage. And we definitely do not want to go below 5 health, meaning we could be susceptible to Lost in the Desert. Very susceptible to that card, but we can definitely play around that as Lion. Our Liner doesn't really have a tough time dealing with Lost in the Desert, as especially Argyon and Braum. They have their minions surrounding the general, or nearby the general, to take advantage of Zeal, which is very important. But we can definitely kill this Obelisk with our Bright Moss Golem. And Ethereal Obelisk is also worth noting that he did spend the 2 mana to clear our Veil Hunter, which is a very good thing on his part. It means that we'll take damage. And I would imagine he's just trying to, pressure us some more by getting in close. I understand that. An Orb Weaver. Unfortunately, we cannot kill him. Fortunately, we cannot. The Divine Bond, he's too high up. This is only 11, 14, 15, 16, or excuse me, 11, 14, 16, 18 damage. If we heal up this guy, how much is that? That's 13, 16, 18, 20. It's 20 damage, but everything stays on the board. I like the idea of clearing. And we'll keep everything in hand. Heal ourselves up. Play a Primer Shieldmaster. Call that a turn. If you Blood of Heirs, that's his entire turn. If we really need health, we could always do something like Silverguard Knight and Martyrdom to get us back up to reasonable amounts of health. We could potentially kill him this coming turn with Divine Bond. That looks like a Blood of Air or an Entropic Decay. Siphon Energy, not exactly the strongest play. If anything, to Siphon, it'd probably be this guy. And his Star's Fury. Interesting play. I did not play that around that very well, but I still stand by my play. Means he doesn't really develop anything. It also means that he's 2 off lethal. So if we cannot kill him this coming turn, we'll probably just do that Martyrdom Silverguard Knight play. Right? Because this is 11 plus 3 is 14. Let's see. Got we can do this with Roar. This is 5, 7 plus 11 is 7 plus 11 is 18. 20 with our general, right? So we can Roar, Divine Bond, and heal ourselves, so we have exact lethal. And that will be good, yeah. Let me double check before I do it. Yeah, that's 16, 18, yeah, that's enough. So we'll hit with this guy. We'll hit with this guy. Hit with this guy. We'll Martyrdom, our Primer Shieldmaster. Doesn't really matter who we Martyrdom. And we'll come up here and hit him for 2. And that's lethal. So he played a lot of pressure, but thankfully to the Healing Mystics, we were able to sustain ourselves. And it's also, you can use that Martyrdom outside of removal, right? You can use it to heal yourselves. That's the beauty of Martyrdom. It has 2 pros. You can use it to heal yourself. You can use it as removal. The only con is it can heal your opponent, but I think that's a fine trade-off. So managed to squeeze a win out of that one. That one was very close. But I hope the positioning and the decision making of this live helps you guys understand, especially the newer players, how to position and what to look for, and always be always actively searching for lethal if you can with your decks. Always look for lethal. This is a little bit obvious with Lionar, right? Because Divine Bond with big minions, you can get you can get a lot of value that way. Easy to see the lethal with Divine Bond. With a lot of damage. We have the World Core Golem, but it's very early for that, so we'll throw him back. So, seeing Lilith, we would like to see. I would like to see Tempest. That would be fantastic. I like the Blood Tier Alchemist as well. Perhaps we can throw back the Bright Moss Golem. Though Abyssian does struggle with larger minions, it can be beneficial to keep that Bright Moss Golem. Horn of the Forsaken. And a Blood Tier Alchemist, I would imagine. As it is, I don't see myself playing a lot of cards. The Martyrdom is good for things like Night Watcher. Not Night Watcher. What's it called? It's a 2/2 that gains +1 after everything dies. We'll know when we see it. It definitely will come down this game. I like actually I'd like the Spelljammer to keep my hand high. Actually, now that I think about it, actually I don't want to give him the tile because he can play something like Wraithling Swarm and 2-drop, so I won't give him that tile. And we'll deny the tile from him, so he cannot play something like Bloodtide Priestess or Hailstone Golem, anything big like that. Not that Bloodtide Priestess would be super impactful, because nothing would die this turn if you did play it. So yeah. What is that? Shadow Watcher. That's what I was trying to say. That's what we needed to get rid of. So we can do a couple of things, right? We can play the Jammer or the Night Watcher. I want to say we don't need the Night Watcher, though it is nice having the Night Watcher deal with, you know, Wraithlings. There's no point in playing the Veil Hunter on tile and then Martyrdom. It really doesn't do anything. So we'll just play this backline. Kill this guy. You can always Martyrdom the next turn. I don't mind taking the damage. I'm really debating. We can always do this next turn, so maybe developing the Shadow Watcher or the Night Watcher. Maybe the Spelljammer, actually. I like the Night Watcher. Play the Night Watcher. Call that a turn. So nothing dies this turn, so if he decides to hit me with that, it's not too big of a deal. We could just kill it with a Blood Tier Alchemist. Save our Martyrdom for potentially another one. So I think we're in a decent spot here. I did not play around Frostbone Naga, so we could potentially be punished there, getting 2 deaths, making this a 5/5, which can be pretty bad. Of which we can still kill it with a Blood Tier Alchemist or just a Martyrdom. Repulsor Beast is interesting. He could have killed this with the Repulsor Beast, to be honest. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I don't think it's anything outside of the normal. We cannot clear that. It's so far away, we can always just Martyrdom it. Perhaps we can Martyr it now. So he doesn't gain a whole lot of life. I think we can do that. Get rid of this guy. Oh, I should have martyred first. My bad. Oh well. Actually, no, it didn't matter. It didn't. Nothing died. For some reason, I thought something died. And we'll play our guy there. It's good to hold on to the Spelljammer. We're out of cards, so we'll play that next turn. And I do want to play something. I do want to play around like Soul Shatter Pact. So we'll get rid of this, clear all these right things, and we're in a decent position here. Repulsor Beast is great for potentially another Shadow Watcher. We can play that. We can't play both, but I would like to get the Spelljammer down next turn. I think that's our definite play. Otherwise, we'll just be continuing to top deck, having limited options in our hand, and that's not really the greatest thing to do. Primus Shieldmaster. I think we can hold off for now, because we can clear it with just Roar, which I think is great. Yes, I know, we can replace. So we will Roar this, and clear that Primus Shieldmaster, get our Night Watcher a little bit closer, and play our Spelljammer here. A couple key positioning as to why it's here. Not only does it play around Dancing Blades, it plays around another Primus Shieldmaster, which I said if you play something on the diagonal of your general, you can be punished by a provoked minion, so we want to play around another Primus Shieldmaster if we can. So I think we're in a fantastic position, even though we're behind on life. We're in a great position with Spelljammer. We also play around Necrotic Sphere. Don't play around Betrayal, but I don't see my opponent playing Betrayal. It's not something that you aspire to craft right away as a busy, and you look to craft like your Deathfire Crescendos, your Soul Grimoires, your Spectral Revenants, Klaxons, Vorpal Reavers. Those are the cards I crafted when I first started the game, and I started with Abyssian myself. Those were the cards I crafted. I think actually no. What was the first card I crafted? I think it was Spectral Revenant or Vorpal Reaver. I forget which one. It's been a while. And you'll definitely craft things like Shadow Watcher for sure. So okay. The Horn of the Forsaken and a Healing Mystic. It's fine. I would imagine he's just playing a basic deck, just like we are. The Repulsor Beast is nice. I don't think we need it, especially with him at 3 cards. Dealing with all these are pretty tight. I'd rather get the Bright Moss Golem down as soon as I can. Actually, it's fine here. Keeping ranged, if you notice in my artifact, Songhai games, lives, I do place my positioning of whatever may be general or ranged minion one space from the corner, so you have more options in terms of movement. But anyways, first things first, come over and clear this guy. We'll clear the Gloom Chaser. We do want to play around Soul Shatter Pact, so we'll do that. Clear this. Maybe I should have cleared that and get a full surround. Maybe that would have been better. Do heal up my Spelljammer a little bit. And play Bright Moss Golem there. Call it a turn. Not too concerned about the health issue right now. Double Soul Shatter Pact is... actually, it's lethal, so maybe I should have played around that. By healing myself, actually. I should have played around Soul Shatter Pact that way, because that is lethal. It's 10-2. Soul Shatter Pact and Void Steel could kill us as well, but we'll see. Unlikely that he has the double Soul Shatter Pact, but we'll see. Shadow Dancer can be very bad. Ooh, Dry Bone Golem. That's actually pretty bad. Okay. We can definitely repulsor that. I don't want to play out my entire hand. Let's hear Alchemist. Can we kill him? Shoot that. This comes up. That's 4, 7, 11, 13, 15. So we're off lethal by 2, and that's just okay. Can definitely repulsor this guy out. Actually, no, I like it a little bit closer, so shoot this one. Put Blood to Alchemist here, clear this guy. Pulsar Beast, this guy. Move it to the corner. Hit that. Have this guy come down here. Roar. Hit. Play Wings of Paradise here. Hit this guy here. Oh, I messed up. Totally forgot about the I totally forgot about the Horn of the Forsaken. That's my bad. So, but I still stand by generally what I played, because we do set up lethal this coming turn. I don't think he can survive. Yeah, I don't think he can survive, even if he has the double demonic lure. Yeah, definitely can't survive by punching that. So good game. So we got a win bonus of oh, there is a win streak in bronze. I did not know that. Makes sense. Maybe it's just the first couple games. Got a lot of gold. See if we have enough for another pack. I don't think so. Oh no, we do. So let's open up another pack. So hopefully we get something good, something relevant. Hopefully this loads. Okay, interesting. See what we get. Anything will do from the epic and legendary pool. And there's nothing that is epic or legendary, so it feels bad, man. Well, that's okay. It's good to build up the cards. Heart Sister's great for Vanar, same with Elucidator and Magmar. We can definitely throw those cards in. We can definitely disenchant the Rogue Warden. Definitely disenchant that. Because I don't think we can throw anything else to this list. As much as I want to include Twilight Sorcerer, it's just doesn't really fit into line art. In combo Ragnarok, we can definitely do that. So disenchants the Rogue Warden. These are all good to have. And starting off, and let's just look at the. We have to unlock. We should probably do that now. Unlock Songhai and Vanar. It just seems awkward not unlocking all the generals and starting to take off with them. So we'll do those right away, and then we'll hop back onto the ladder. Songhai, yeah, Kalios. Good to get Kalios. Ideally, when we start laddering up, we'll be using Riva, as she just offers more offensive presence off the back. Yeah, it's a good curve. So we'll just quickly go through this. I do like the Sunsteel Defender. Interesting that they nerfed it from 4 to 3, but you can argue that it was a nerf for some factions and a buff for others, specifically Songhai, because because you can inner focus it now. That's an inner focus. Speaking of which, that can be inner focused. The AI is not too good on that kind of stuff, so we'll throw that in there. Do you want to block? Do I care about blocking the mana tile? Not really. What this does do is just stop him from taking the mana tile. This is the AI, so this should be a very swift game. He has basics. Chakra Avatar, interesting. Not another inner focus. Saber Spine Seal. So he can actually clear the Sunsteel Defender. See if he does that. And this survives, which actually feels kind of bad, man. So maybe, the Primus Shield Master would have died either way. Would have been the same outcome. So I think my play here is Tempest and Bloodshot Alchemist. Actually, no it isn't. It's Primus Shield Master. It's definitely Primus Shield Master. Hopefully this goes a little bit swifter. And AI will just constantly punch into things with Provoke, so that's pretty good. And not another inner focus. I don't think the AI uses Bloodbound spells, to be honest. Never mind. Another inner focus could be quite bad. Nope, not a second inner focus. Let's do that. It's hit face. Actually, I could have just gone face and played another one. Play this guy here. Try and set up lethal next turn. Don't you emo game me. So you can play at that game, my friend. Okay, so we got that out of the way, and then we'll do Vanar, and then head back onto the ladder. So we unlocked Songhai, we got Kaido Assassin, Chakri, Inner Focus, Phoenix Fire, and what else do we got? Oh, Killing Edge and Blood Rage Mask. Those are great cards to start off as Songhai. So you got a pretty good base kit. And we'll do Vanar, we'll play a couple more ladder games, and then we'll call that an episode, right? So we got Faye. So I thought the AI didn't use Bloodbound spell, but oh well. Alright, so we'll do that. Snow Chasers are rare, so unlikely. This is good. Chromatic Cold just kills this guy, so we'll throw that back. Actually, we can't because we can only replace 2 cards. Silly me. Alright. But I still like to have it, just in case. Actually, no, I don't. Most likely it has Chromatic Cold, so yeah. Do that, and then we can potentially play Primus Shield Master next turn until we start seeing some Chromatic Colds. And then we can play Night Watcher or Bright Moss and just, you know, pretty much smack my opponent. And my opponent, I mean the AI, of course. So Snowpiercer. So maybe it's better. Oh, maybe it's better. No, it's still better to play the Primus Shield Master. It's much better to play the Primus Shield Master, so we'll do that. Everything else looks okay. Maybe we can throw this guy back. And Bloodshot Alchemist is great, so we can play that as well. Make this game go a little bit faster. for sure. You can make this go definitely a lot faster. She'll probably just punch the provoke. As I said, AI always punches things with provoke. Chromatic Cold feels Batman, but I like to see that. I do like to see that. Oh, another Chromatic Cold. Flash Freeze. Alright, that's a basic card. So this coming turn, we can do two things. I'd like to develop the these two minions as opposed to just the Night Watcher. We cannot roar until after, fortunately. And we're not playing around Warbird, which is quite dumb of me. So we'll do that. I don't care about Warbird. This is the AI. Who cares? And plus it protects this guy. So that's what I was thinking. This is more likely to be dispelled again, so he might not even use Warbird. He might just drop a Bright Mouse Golem. Oh my god, going for Warbird first? The AI plays like an actual constructed player with Warbird. Okay, but it's, you know, it's going down fast, so it's fine. Young Flamewing, don't you smile at me. Don't you smile at me. I think we just played the Bright Mouse Golem. Right? Just play Bright Mouse. Hit face. Yep, I think we're okay. The worst thing that could happen, even if he like runs back and plays like Bone Chill Barrier, like Bone Chill, Bone Chill, Bone Chill, I think we're okay. Even if that is the case, we can always come down and roar, kill Bone Chill because he decided to use this to hit my face. Doesn't matter, he's dead anyway, so. Or she's dead, I should say. It really feels good to be, you know, playing Duelist at its most pure level, very basic level. I do enjoy it quite a bit. Seeing these is definitely filling me with nostalgia. Definitely quite the throwback. So we'll do a couple more ladder games. Where are we right now? We are rank 22. So we're doing pretty well. So we can definitely look for some more games, hopefully hit rank 20, and then we'll call that an episode. I don't know if we'll reach enough gold by then to do another pack, but I don't know. Helen Keller of Code. Someone's quite fond of Helen Keller. Or being mean. We can throw the Divine Bond back. I like the Repulsor Beast. Martyrdom is good against big minions, but we do not have a turn 1 play. Since we have both, I like to instead we do not have a turn 1 play. I think we still have the 11 2-drops, so we should have a turn 1 play. If we do not, then this World Core Golem might be our saving grace, but it's way too early to say. Surprised we do not have a turn 1 play. We have the 3 Healing Mystics, 3 Blood 2 Alchemist, 3 Windblade Adept. We have the Maw, the Jaxi. So, yeah, it's just conceding. So, despite our bad opening hand, we got bailed out. So we take that. So hit rank 12. I don't know when we get Brome, but I think you get Brome after a bunch of ranked wins, which might be now actually. Yep. So we get Brome. I still prefer Argyon for trading purposes, and we got 10 gold. Or no, 100 gold. So let's open up a pack before we go any further. Always, when given the chance to progress your deck, always do so, especially when starting out. So we'll just purchase a gold orb, and not a gold orb, core orb that costs gold, and another not very great pack with commons and rares. But another Frostborn Naga and a Shadow Dancer. That's great to pick up for when starting with a Bizian. You can always throw that in there. That saves us about 100 spirit. So we'll look for another one. And I think this game will be the last one to get into silver rank. So yeah. Doing okay so far. Doing pretty okay so far. We could definitely actually include the Frostborn Naga. Maybe I should have included that, so we have 2 copies of it in our list. Okay, World Core Golem really wants to be played, but I don't think we can play it, so we'll get rid of that in a Bloodshot Alchemist. Call that a turn. Arrow Whistler's good. This is good for Abyssal Crawlers as well. So this is overall a pretty good hand. So just lead on with the Healing Mystic. Heal ourselves up. Call that a turn. I think I should say this. It's pretty obvious, but I don't think everybody knows. Because I have seen this a couple times in my day. People not moving forward at all with minion-based lists when going first. Some people go up here, or do they go here, or whatnot. Always move too forward unless you can help it. Was that a Painful Pluck? It was a Painful Pluck. Was this the same guy from earlier? Not quite sure. Get rid of the Bloodshot Alchemist. I think it's just better to play the Primus Shield Master right now. Call that a turn. Looking pretty okay. Next turn we could follow up with Veil Hunter and Silverguard Knight, or Roar and Arrow Whistler. Got a number of plays that we can do. I'll probably replace Wings of Paradise because it just dies to Abyssal Scar after attacking once. Shadow Nova. It's very interesting. It's very interesting indeed. I don't think we need the just in case he plays it in Abyssal Juggernaut, we have something to deal with it. So stay in on the creep tile, and I want to play the Veil Hunter, Silverguard Knight, something like Night Fiend could be pretty punishing, but I'm not too worried about a Night Fiend. It's not something, again, I don't think you'll craft. But since he's playing Creep Castle, we could see a Night Fiend right now. Night Fiend, of course, is a 3/3 for 5 mana that deals 2 damage to everything nearby. Everything nearby a creep tile. So, this could be a Dark Transformation, a Demonic Lure. Could be a number of things. Could be a Repulsor Beast, depending on what happens. It's a Dark Transformation, which is actually pretty slow. So, Pretty okay with that. Kills my Primer Shield Master. Did I not move this? Could have sworn I moved it. Oh well. So we'll play that back there. We can do without the Windblade Adepts. Play the Arrow Whistler. Should have roared. I can still do that. But it will be on something suboptimal like this Healing Mystic. I'm not going to hit with a Healing Mystic. It would have been better if I did the roar on the Veil Hunter. Oh well. But that could have sacrificed positioning as well. I'm not sure. But I think it was still better to put the roar in the Veil Hunter and move the Primal Shield Master off. The Creep Tile, I don't know why I didn't do that. I thought I did. Guess not. Maybe another Shadow Nova. Dark Transformation. Alright. He ends up pinging his own guy, which is interesting. It's very interesting. You have 2 Divine Bonds. That makes it a 5 attack. We can't even do Roar. Let's get rid of one of them. We don't need to. Blood your Alchemist, huh? Not the greatest, so I'll do that. We'll play this guy here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to play it over here, sorry. By my general. I don't know why I played it there. I'm getting tired, I guess. I'll play the Blood Alchemist here. And I guess we'll just roar this guy up and hit for 6. Technically 8. Put him down to 5. Potentially kill next turn. Yeah, I should have played this here. I didn't plan on trading, but I saw the damage and I was just like, yeah, we'll do it now. So I'm moving close to this guy, which I think is fine. Obliterate really doesn't do anything, to be quite honest. Shadow Watcher. Okay. Wraithling Swarm, could use that to body block. Or not. And Abyssal Scar, so he'd even stop me from killing him. Interesting. Good game, I guess. I think that should put us into Silver Division after 1 episode. Or excuse me, 2 episodes. As it does, puts us into Silver. Fantastic. I don't know if we get a reward for that. We might. That is not a reward. So we did make it into Silver. That's fantastic. So I hope you guys found this insightful and continue to enjoy this series as we progress further up the ladder and develop every faction with budget lists. So in the meantime, I will be doing off-screen the solo challenges to get some more gold, and when the next episode happens, we'll open some packs and improve the deck live, and or hopefully dabble into some other factions as well. So look forward to that. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of From Zero to Grandmaster, and I'm TM25MD, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye guys.